on here with the monster vlog. Oh, she got up. Hey, Billy. She was laying on her back making just the silliest of faces. Passed right out. But there's our Ember cat. And there's our Z-dog. And we are chugging right along. So we had taken Sam to the vet. And it was time. So there's a lot of empty spots around the house where Sam's supposed to be and he's not there, and it's hard, but it was a really, really good 12 years. And I have a hard time talking about it still. So we are going to be moving on to all of the things that we've been doing to keep ourselves busy and to kind of just keep one foot in front of the other going on. And what we're doing is, oh Lord, I need to clean that. Today, okay, it's already vented. From Drax's mom's recommendation, I have made some rice. Not for Randy and I to eat, because we're still like low to no carb as much as possible, but for little Millie Billy baby butt, who is just exploding diarrhea, aren't you? See, yeah, I do like to poop. So I am making, well, I can't call it dog soup because that makes it like sound really bad, but essentially what we're doing is we're taking some of the canned chicken that I had made, mixing it with rice that's been cooked very thoroughly, like it is like not crunchy at all, and some Pedialyte, and we're just going to mix this together. And I think I am going to put just a little bit of kibble in it, just for some texture, I don't know, but yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so here we have our pressure cooked rice. Oh my god, there we go. Just getting this sort of broken up. This was 2 cups of white rice with 2 cups of water. So not a ton of flavor, but that's okay. Hey, Millie Billy baby butt and my Z-dog. I was thinking about adding some pumpkin, but I want to keep it really nice and mild here to start with. But yeah, our friend Caroline was like, this stops up our dogs every time they've got some super poopers going on. So, hey Randy, you want some puppy soup?
Super poopers.
Super poopers. We gotta figure out a different name. What did Caroline call it?
Dog food?
I don't know. I thought she called it like dog soup or something.
But
that's what's sticking in my head, and I know that that's not right because it makes it sound like it's made out of dog.
Oh.
But it's not made out of dog, it's just for dog. And then
Made by dogs for dogs.
yeah.
Dog, what?
Oh, that'd be no. Okay, so I could use another thing of chicken, but I don't know what the proportion's supposed to be, so this looks pretty good though to start with. I'm gonna kind of have half of it be more chicken, and then we'll mix in when we've got more space. So I think this is okay. My internal thought process, you guys. And I am going to wait to put the Pedialyte in until it's in the bowl, which I think I'm gonna give her a bigger bowl. We need to get dog bowls. We have been speaking. There's our little Millie Billy. Hey, Millie. Oh. Come here, Millie. Come say hey to everybody. Can I come over here? Just look at, she's just so cute, you guys. She's the cutest little Millie Billy butt in the whole house. Okay, so it's mostly all just rice. I'm gonna give her a nice big helping. There's that. And then we've been going through almost a bottle of Pedialyte a day. She's recovering well from her parvo, but she just still has diarrhea. Today's her last day of medication, so there's that. And I don't want to make it too soupy. Well, I don't want it to not be soupy enough, you know. I hope she likes it. I cannot imagine that this is the tastiest thing, but I'm looking for mild, and I'm looking for nutritious, and I'm looking for stopping her up, because man, that diarrhea. Okay, so this is going to go back in the fridge. This is going to go into the fridge, and let's go see what Millie thinks. Okay, come on, Millie. Into your kennel for food. Oops. Okay, I gotta sit that down. In. Come on, in. I know you know this. Come on, in. Millie, come on, get in your kennel. Good girl. Well, for a moment. And there we go. And she is going ham. ASMR puppy eating sounds, you guys, more or less. So we'll keep y'all posted on her next bowel movement because that's like the biggest focus of our life right now, is making sure that she gets pooping right. Now we feed her in her kennel so that Z is exhibiting some food aggression, and she was exhibiting a little bit of food aggression. So we wanted to kind of nip that in the bud, and we figured the best first step would be like, okay, let's take the stress out of it so now y'all don't have to share, and that way she can eat like her food in peace. So another thing that we've been doing is sorry, there's a disaster back here, but that's fine. I'm doing some mad science. It has been 30 minutes, so I'm gonna pop the power off. I'm going to unclip this. I'm going to pull this ring out of the, what is it? What's in here? Copper solution? Copper sulfate solution. It's looking pretty gross. I need to like filter it, but like the metal of you can see the difference in the thickness, how it's been eating through. So what we're doing is it's basically plating. But we run the electricity up this cord through onto there, coming on down into the solution. It's not cold, so I'm not using the hot plate. We don't have heat back here. So in the winter, when I'm electroforming, I turn this on because it helps. Yeah, just dumping that into there. And these are different charms that some of these are adjustable rings that we've purchased, and we just wanted to plate in copper. And I think we've burnt through all of the other ones that I had made trying to experiment with soldering charms to adjustable ring bands. But let's see if we can't. So I don't have a tripod back here either. So this is a little Luna moth, and I'm going to try to one-handedly. Good grief. Okay, so we've got it sitting there. I'm just going to hook it like that, bring it up, put it into the bath suspended on, this is just copper wire, and then this is bare 26 gauge copper wire that I have that hooking onto. And then I'm just going to switch it on. I'm trying to keep it sitting at around 0.3 for the volts and 0.51 for the amps. It's just whatever it takes to get it up to 0.3 up here is what I'm looking for. I'm not a scientist. But then I set it for 30 minutes and rinse it off in this baking soda solution that neutralizes. And then I'm going to oxidize and polish up these rings. Oh my goodness, it's all gone. How do you feel, Millie? Let's sit down. How you feeling, baby girl? Yeah. How you doing, Z-Dog? She loves biting his lump. It drives him nuts. But yeah, they're getting along okay. Hey, Millie. Hey, Z. Hey, buddy. Oh, you good dog. I'm still in such the habit of saying, oh, my good boys. And it just, ow in my heart. But yeah, just sit with in my tummy. I've actually lost 20 pounds, you guys. This past week, Randy and I have not been eating much when we took Maddie back. Now, I lost 10 pounds with Maddie here, but then I'd lost another like 8 to 10. Owie. just in the time. Look at that pretty dog. Yeah, I'd lost another 8 to 10 just in the past week, just from, I mean, we maybe ate once a day. Like one day all either of us had was a banana. Now I still have a lot of weight to lose, but that's fine. Look at that little dog. Hey little girl. Hey little girl. She's such a good girl. Who that pretty dog in the camera? Huh? Who that pretty dog in the camera? That's you. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So after she's eaten, I just hang out with her for a bit until she gets like sleepy. I've set a 30-minute timer, so I'm actually going to be hanging out with her for 30 minutes. Then we're going to go to the bathroom. And then I'm going to put her in her kennel for a nap and get back to work. What you doing, Millie? What you doing? What you doing, baby? Oh, is she chewing on me? What you doing? We're trying to get her to stop that. But she is, I think the vet said, probably 13 to 14 weeks old. Stop chewing. So usually what I do is I've got to scooch over here, and then I'll just hold her toy for her. Look at that little belly. Look at that little belly. Oh, look at that little belly. That full little tummy. Yeah. Look at that good little tummy. Millie, what are you doing? I stole Maddie's water shoes to wear as house shoes. Look at them beans. Oh my gosh. She got some dirty beans. Oh no, Millie, you can't reach it. What are you gonna do? Come on. Oh, tuck, tuck, tuck. Good girl. She's doing so good about fetching. Like, she's really getting the hang of that. She loves chewing, though. Loves. Like, that seems to be her favorite. She loves chewing and playing tug and playing fetch. I'd like to... We're going to go to the store and squeeze a bunch of squeaker toys and find one that's not too bad. Oh, there she goes. So, you know that beautiful green lot that used to be across the street from us? Well, it is now where people put their broken cars. So that's great. Millie didn't quite make it to the outside. She still has diarrhea. We were working our way towards the door, and I had to grab my sun's shirt and my hat, and I was too slow. So we are coming over this way. I'm still bitter about that tree they cut down. But that's fine. It's whatever. So, turning off the water, and we are gonna come over this way. It's okay, little baby. I know you don't feel good. It's okay. We'll take care of you. And she keeps pooping in twos. So, like, whenever she poops once, she is not ready to come back inside. You gotta wait for the second round, and then she's ready to come inside for a little bit. She's so sleepy. I'm so glad that she's starting to flesh out a little bit. Like, man, her bones were just showing through her skin just about with the parvo. But I'm really glad we got everything worked out with the neighbors, as frustrating as it was. Okay, so I'm going to set this down. Okay, and so I've been setting the soaker hoses, pardon me, Millie. I've been setting the soaker hoses to go. And she loves drinking out of the hose. And so that is the last bed with a soaker hose. I think it's like 104 right now. So I'm going to find, there it is, the spray head for the hose. And I'm going to turn the hose back on, and I'm going to go, oh my god, it's so much cooler in the shade. I'm going to water my potted plants and anything that looks like it's just really getting hit hard with this heat. Millie, what are you doing? What are you doing, Millie? Don't eat bunny poop. That's ridiculous. Don't eat that. Okay, there we go. We got this rehooked back up. spraying the soaker head, setting it so it sits like that. Oh, y'all can see that rainbow too. So this is the bean bed that we had planted, I guess 2 weeks ago. Is there a kink or something else? What's going on? Well, time for me to go check the hose and make sure there's not a kink. Because if there was a kink in it, it might not have been watering. Of course. Well, it probably wasn't watering that other bed to maximum capabilities. Oh, my poor potatoes. Okay, so I'm going to come. I'm just going to I don't have, I was pushing up my glasses and I didn't mean to yell in your ear. I don't have a soaker hose for all of my beds yet, so we're just kind of taking it as we go. I'm going to water the potatoes. We're going to water the Job's tears, but some of them are ripening really nicely. You can kind of, yeah, you can kind of see the seed heads are ripening up pretty nicely. I'm going to have to start collecting them before they start falling. So watering that and the lavender, because those are my priorities in this bed. What you doing, Millie? What you doing, Millie? What you doing? What you doing? She's not amused in my antics. Oh no! Don't get me, Millie. Oh no! She got me. So in the heat, the raised bed here for the grapevine and that pot with the day flowers and the 4 o'clocks are hit the hardest. So I just try to completely soak the soil because a lot of it is to keep it to take the heat out of it, really. Okay, so I'm gonna water this. Somebody is a damp doggy because she likes to go swimming in the pond. So that being said, it's time for a Millie bath, I do believe. Oh no, is she gonna go in for a round two? At this point, I'm tempted to, oh, she likes mint. That's interesting. I just like observing her. It's so cool to just watch a puppy be a puppy. What you doing, Millie? What you doing? Oh. But yeah, so of the entire bed that we planted, we have 1 bean plant and 2 bean plants. Let's stand up maybe. There we go. And the rest just either haven't come up yet or are not going to. They were some really old seeds. So I'm just continuing to do my rounds. Millie's just mischief made flesh. But this pot over here especially enjoys on a hot afternoon getting a good soak. As does just retopping off, trying to clean out the little bird bath we've got here. So you can see that's as little light as the fountain's getting, and that's not quite enough to make it like run. But if we put it just like that, oh, my arm's blocking it, then it'll keep burbling, and that's good. This bed just really needs a soaker hose as well. Just everything, my poor hostas. Okay, well, I'm heading back in because I am dying, like this heat. I'll be back out probably in another half an hour or so just to check up on the rabbits and chickens again and just see how everything's going.
Where's yours? Where's yours, Angie? Oh! Oh!
And there's the doggies. There's Randy playing with the doggies. She's still figuring it out. Okay, so I have been working on painting dragon eyes, knocking the rust off. And these are what we have so far. I have a batch of fire themed eyes and green eyes on the porch curing, and then today I've painted silver ones. Still need to clean up the fronts. And I'm currently working on these gold ones that do not have, I need to put their final coat on. Oh, she took it. There she goes. Well, we missed it, but I had just seen Millie sitting on the cushion with Z. They weren't fighting, and both of them had their head turned the same way. And of course, by the time I got to the phone, they're pretending like they wouldn't be seen dead in the same room together. So little Millie might. Oh, hummingbird. Oh my God. Eee. So today is the first day in weeks that it has spit just a little bit of rain out of the sky. I can't really call it raining because it's not raining. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's another one. They're just hanging out. I hear them. If I try to chase them with the camera though, I lose all of them. So, but here's little Millie playing with one of her balls. She's doing so much better about not biting. She's doing so good. Yeah, so good. But yeah, I thought I'd come out here. We're having a little bit more of a structured day now that we got a baby in the house, because you know I want things to be very scheduled and predictable for her. So we're trying to get up at the same time every day, trying to do her meals and her kind of play dates and bathroom breaks and stuff all at about the same time. Now, I mean, it's flexible because she's still been recovering from parvo, and she's finally, thank you so much to Drax, Drax's mom, our friend Carolyn, for giving us that recipe for like doggy soup. Yeah. Oh, you're such a good girl. Because, and that's, we've been doing a pint of venison canned and a pint of canned chicken, mixed in with 2 cups of uncooked rice that then we cooked, so however many cooked rice that is. But we just mix that together and then give it to her, swimming in some Pedialyte. And it seems to have been just the thing. Ow, that's me, you missed. There you go. It seems to have been just the thing to get her fixed up. So we're working on Fetch. She's very distractible, but she's a puppy. So, and I'm not a puppy, but also very distractible. So I empathize. It's hard work. Yeah. She got them big old eye boogies. Grass in her mouth. Yeah. Oh, they're getting tummy rubs. She loves playing tug. And I'd be gentle with her because she still has puppy teeth. Millie, I think you're a ham and cheese sandwich is what you are. Look at you. There you go, you got it. I'm hoping it'll rain on us though, and I just realized that we did do a little bit of log footage last week that will have been at the beginning of this video, but mentally for me it's the start of a new week, even though it's Tuesday. So that tracks, why not? I'm gonna scooch that back just a little bit more. And we're just gonna sit here and hang out and play with the puppy because it is her afternoon playtime. We spend 30 minutes. She gets my undivided attention. We do a little bit of training. We do a lot of snuggling, a lot of playing, and then I take her inside and we keep her out of her kennel for like another 30 minutes so she can play with Z. And then usually by that point, she just goes back into her kennel and kind of hangs out. And I'll give her her food too, so. She's just biting grass. But look at these giant paws, you guys. Giant. They're massive. Out. Here's a ball for scale. Now this isn't a full-size tennis ball. It's just one of those little squeakies, but the squeakers broke. But still, there we go. Yeah. Oh, you're so good. Look at you being so good. Just the progress that she's made. She still likes to bite hands. She nipped me on the nose a little bit just out of being excited. But so we're learning boundaries. We're learning how to communicate human to dog. And so I think it's going to work out pretty good. She's at least as good at kicking the tripod as I am. So she and Z are getting along fantastically, especially compared to how they were. Do you want to tug? And she's pretty chill, except for when she's not. She'll get the zoomies and stuff, but hey, she's a puppy. That's expected. Why are you eating the grass? Here, let's... There we go. Yeah. It's pretty... Well, she might be part goat, too. Beep, beep, beep. Millie, what are you doing? What are you doing, Millie? What are you doing? So, some updates of the garden. It's been just a full effort every day just to keep this stuff from dying. Like, not a whole lot of stuff is setting flower right now, but that 100-degree heat every day for weeks was just really hard on all the plants. So, oh, and check this out. So I planted all those beans, one bean plant out of that whole bed. Oh, it looks like 2 bean plants. Pardon me. There's no, oh, and then a little one right there. Okay, so I'll stop complaining. 3 out of 70 as far as the old seeds go. But I did get some new seeds for like 50-cent packets over here and planted them this morning. So that went pretty well. This hosta's doing good. Like, I'm pretty pleased with this bed right now. But this one over here is just sad. I've been loving keeping the bug net hammock out here because I'll come and I'll sit and I'll just swing with Millie. And then she does like digging. And I don't know if I want to encourage or discourage that behavior, because I don't really want to twist my ankles whenever I walk through the yard, but also if she likes to dig and we can train dig, then I might be able to I don't know, get her to help me put in new beds or something. Like I don't know. So it looks like it is coming up on time to harvest our Job's tears, because like here, this one, I think that one is ready. And then we've got like this one here, that one. So that'll be interesting. I'm going to harvest them and dry them out. I love this top because it has pockets. Because I never remember to bring any of my aprons out with me. But gosh, that's just so pretty. And I was thinking about making a little mala type necklace. Or kind of like prayer beads or something. I don't know. Millie, what are you doing? Millie. Still working on getting her focus. She focuses up really well when we're inside. Hey, Millie, can you sit? Oh, good girl. Oh, you're so good. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And then over here, I planted the rest of the beans over here today. And then we've got our kale. That bed, the Thai basil's doing so good. And you'll be able to see directly, like I still need to get more soaker hoses. Huge shout out to my friend Christina for sending us 2 15-foot soaker hoses off of our Amazon wish list. They have been keeping my beans and my strawberries alive. Like, thank you so much, Christina. But yeah, here you can see this side, we've got the soaker hose that goes just the length of the bed. And the Thai basil and the mint, like all of this right here is Thai basil. I love it. Some of our borage even survived, which that's really nice. And I've been harvesting the lamb quarters and giving them to the rabbits. It has been really nice. But I do need to train the raspberry canes back up onto the fence. But over here, you can see our sage is not doing so great. It really needs irrigated. Even though it's a pretty hardy plant, it's still... So yeah, this whole bed, just lamb's quarters. I've been pulling from it daily to... Just saw a dragonfly. That's pretty cool. These sad sacks of dirt over here, the 100 degree, we could water them nonstop. Just the heat cooked them. So that sucked, but you know, experiment. So hey, little bug. There goes a Millie. Hey, little Millie. Hey, little Millie. What you doing, girl? What you doing? Millie. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. And she's like, no. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so coming around, I don't know why. I've got to stake that shepherd's pole up. Izzy's rabbitry has been, this is probably some of the last poop we'll be getting from them because she's going off to college and they're not raising rabbits anymore. So I'm going to be solely responsible for all of my own poop production. But here, this is our strawberry bed, and the strawberries have not been doing very well. So Randy and I thought to put some of the bug cover, since they're not setting fruit because it's so hot, to kind of provide a little bit of shade. It's minimal, and I'd like to put over there, I've got another shade cloth that needed folded up. I think I'm gonna double up on it and just try to, because we don't have any more shade cloth right now, so, but this should be fine. No, it's hard being a dog, attacking the flowers. What did that black-eyed Susan ever do to you? Why would you do this? Millie, no. Don't do it, Millie. Come here, baby. One day she'll come to me when I ask her to. I'm gonna have to see if it's okay for her to be attacking grass like that. I don't want her to eat anything that's gonna upset her tummy. Yeah. Oh, hey, baby girl. Well, we're gonna go back inside because it doesn't seem like the rain's coming. But this is the garden so far. And these are the grapes ripening up. So there's still some left over after the birds. They're mostly seeds, but it's just nice to have something. Randy will come through and just pick one off the vine and eat it and make a sour face, but he likes sour stuff. So, but yeah, it's been so hot that like just all the blooms on everything. Even the Jerusalem artichokes haven't been setting flowers, but that's okay. We'll get there. You can see it's starting to cool down a smidge. Okay, now back inside for real. So Millie and I are hanging out making dragon eyes, and she's a very good little helper. Yeah, see, I'm pretty good. I'm alright. She's real good. There she goes. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining, Millie. What are we gonna do? The camera fogged up from the humidity. That's how cold we kept it in the house because the air conditioner's finally caught up. Let's give her some privacy. This is legit, you guys. My camera's just fogging up. Good morning. Vaughn here with the Monster Vlog. And it is another week on the homestead. We are coming through with the first real rain that my garden has gotten in almost 2 months. What do you think of all that little Millie Billy? There we go, cleaned the camera lens. Yeah, well let's go see if we can do a poop. How's that sound? What you eating? What's that grass? What are you doing, little girl? Hello, hens. There's Ginger. And there's Bay. Rise and shine, ladies. It's a new day. Good morning, guys. So I've gotten up. I did some yoga, which I am gonna say it's really nice to do yoga naked and not having to talk through all of it. So I know y'all were like totally cool with when I would do like silent days. Hey, Millie. She's such a good girl.
but still, it's kind of nice to be a student instead of leading, and that's a lot of fun. But I'm just out here, this beautiful day in the garden. Let's get the camera flipped around so you can see. So Millie's gone to the bathroom. We have, let's check on our beans. Well, it's all moldy. That's interesting. Millie, oh gosh darn it. There she goes. Okay, well maybe she's having another poo. She really loves to poo in the back of the beds. I'm like, she's gonna find the raspberry canes though. Let's go spy on her. What you doing? You making a dookie? Yeah, she make. No, you're just sitting there. Hey Millie, what you doing? What you doing, baby girl? Yeah? Millie dilly baby boy. So here in this little cluster, I love how this bed came out this year. Oh, oh my god, this is just so cute and little. So we have so much Thai basil, which has been taking really well to all the watering. Here we have some mint that's going to flower, real nice. But yeah, these are the Thai basil flowers. We've got marigolds, which, ooh, let's go ahead and harvest some seeds and just mix them in to any bulb patches. But that sweet potato vine's doing well. It's a decorative one, but ooh, our borage. Some actually survived the heat. Let's see if we have any new borage flowers. That one looks like it's going to seed. Nope. See a weed, pull a weed. And I'm just laying them down where I pull them up from, just to give it a little bit. I hate to do this, but I gotta step in the bed to get in here. But yeah, in these lamb's quarters, actually while they're young and tender like this, gonna give them to the rabbits. So that's my favorite way. Like, I have a lot of folks actually, and I appreciate the suggestion, but I get a lot of folks suggesting that lamb's quarters is edible, and it totally is, but I don't like it. Like, I just don't like the way it tastes. So I give it to the rabbits and turn it into poop, so I can grow stuff that I do like the way it tastes, which works out. So let's go get the chickens loose and give this to the, I have to stop. I keep seeing another weed and I'm like, oh, I could pull that one. Hey Millie, what you doing? But yeah, when the lamb's quarter is like big like this, oh, butterfly. Hello, little butterfly. Oh, come back. I love you. Oh, and some morning glories. What was I saying? Oh yeah. The rabbits eat all of it when it's tender like this, but they only eat the leaves when it's big and grown. But I keep seeing weeds in the bed and I keep thinking, seaweed, pull a weed, and I got other stuff to do today. What is that little dog doing? What you doing, little dog? You good, Poppy? Something up your nose? Like, what's up? Hey, Nutmeg. Ooh. Oh, I think Millie just caught a beetle. And now the chickens caught a beetle. So yesterday, the June bugs, even though technically it was July, but they were swarming mega hard after the rain that we had. Like, they were breeding ferociously. And I actually went around and caught some with my hands. Millie caught some with her mouth, and I just brought them to the chickens. I didn't have my camera on me, otherwise I'd have gotten some interesting footage for y'all. Me and Millie chasing bugs around the yard. But I even ran the chickens for a little bit. Oh, Poppy, watch out. There's a bunny peeing on you. But yeah, there's all sorts of little bug larvae here in the area where they kick their feet over and it gets the droppings and urine from the rabbits. And the chickens just absolutely love scratching through there, exposing some little larvae. It certainly does keep the flies down. And then I'm very careful to not throw weeds with developed seeds into this main area. Whenever I do that, I put them into one of the cans over here, where hopefully the temperature will get high enough that it'll kill the seeds off. And I let it break down over there, and that way whenever I need to top a bed off, I just scoop out any of this soil from where my rabbits have been going to the bathroom. And that seems to work out pretty well. And then I let any other green matter just break down. Out here in the open, it gives the chickens something to dig through, and they do love to dig. But we're gonna go in and we're gonna do a little training session with Millie first thing. So let's get to it. So I have this netting. No, Millie. Come on, baby. No, oh, here we go. I have this netting over my beans. She's trying to go after the bugs. Come on, baby. Good girl. But I have this netting over my beans to try to keep Millie out of it. I don't know how effective that's gonna be. Hey, you want a piece of something I find over there? Of course she wants it. She loves it. But my beans are sprouting. I did a second pack of like dollar store yellow wax beans, and it looks like we're having a really good germination rate if we can keep the puppy off of them. What you doing, baby? Yeah? Those cicadas, though. So I'm making my way in and cleaning up from yesterday, but I got 100 eyes painted up to this point last night, like all day yesterday and last night. And so today I need to paint them black on the back as just a kind of protective coating. But first, training session. Yeah. Okay. Go get it. Good girl. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah, duck, duck, duck. Good girl. So Millie is asleep in her kennel, and I'm coming through in painting just with some acrylic paint because I don't want to deal with the smell today, onto the backs of all of these eyes. And this is just apple barrel matte black. If this were a wire wrapped piece where I would not be setting the back, like, because all of these are going to get set into chainmail. So we're going to be using a 2-part epoxy, like a 5-minute epoxy, so it's like really thick, to set the backs. That way the chainmail is reinforced and the eye itself is protected from getting scratched. Now, if these were which is why I don't mind using the acrylic, if these were to be wire wrapped, I would probably use either just more nail polish again, because I find it holds up really, really well, or the acrylic. If I were doing just the acrylic, honestly, if I were doing either for wire wrapping, I would set the back with like a UV resin or a nice thick layer of Mod Podge, or just something to provide a little bit more protection to keep the back of the eye from getting scratched up. But I would especially
do it if with the acrylic, because it does scratch off a lot easier than the nail polish does. I hope that makes sense. I'm rambling a bit. I'm still waking up, it feels like. But just coming through. And more is more, it seems, on this with the acrylic. That way any brush strokes start to self-level out. There we go. And I'm just going to do this for all 100 eyes. Oh, and there's Millie. Honestly, she's been in there for about an hour and a half having a nap, so it's about time again anyways. It's kind of hard to get work done in between, but that's having a puppy. So I am having the pre-premiere chat for the shop update, and weaving. Randy set up a whole bunch of bezels. So, oh, and Millie's having just a heck of a time in her kennel. But it's time to work, so she's having a nap after we ran her a little bit. So hopefully Future Vaughn will remember to link this fountain pump in the video description, but this other one worked for us. I'm gonna troubleshoot with it now that it's not in the pond, to see if maybe just to see if there's anything I can do really. But it lasted me for 3 years, you guys. Like, so I really feel like, considering every time the sun was out it was going, I feel like that was a pretty good fountain. I've had other non-solar fountain pumps not even last that long for me. So this is a pump box that I purchased separately, and you can see it has all of this media, and then I put in some like lava rock as well, and then those are the filters over there. I left my tripod inside, and I'm just trying to get this done, so it's going to be hand cam stuff. So I'm going to show you what we're doing and then do it and then show you what we did. So yeah, this is the pump. This is the attachment pieces, very much like, I don't know where it went. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. That just attaches to the top of the pump and then it like comes out. And the solar panel. And then it also comes with a stake for mounting the solar panel. Now you can see up there, right there is where we did keep the other solar panel, and that worked really, really well. So we're probably just going to be popping it back up there. And I was going to troubleshoot and see if this pump with the old solar panel, to see if it was a pump problem, and then I may try that pump with the new solar panel as well, just to see. So first things first, I'm going to put the pump just suctioned right there in the bottom. It already has its own little filter and stuff. There she is. Hey, Millie. And then this cord, you can see, goes through right there. And the pump box came with this little component that you put around the cord. And then you kind of lock that into place. So now I don't have to worry about any tadpoles or anything getting in there. And then we're going to take all of our filter media and do that. So here you can see I even have another rock in there just to help weigh it down, because sometimes when it's very, very hot or very windy and some of the water gets blown out of the pond, this will pump out all the water and then it'll start to float because it's an empty, box. So if we can keep rocks in there, it keeps it down nice and low. Also, I just want to say, I haven't really, maybe once or twice have I had it where it got low enough that the water pumped out. So it's not a frequent issue, but it's one that I do want to be mindful of. Up next, we have this thinner filter medium, which I'm going to go ahead and just use my old this one, because it was working just fine. So yeah, I scooched the pump back just a little bit and then put on that section of the tubing, and that way we can just put that down here. And then we have a bigger filter. Whoa. And then we have
our top filter. And that just snaps. Into place like so. Yep, that's on there. And now we get to sink that into the pond. So you can see here, these pieces just come together and then this part screws on to kind of hold them in a nice weather seal. And now we're gonna take our solar panel, and that's our laminar flow like bell fountain. And let's see if this works. Oh my gosh, it does. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this over here for now because I'm gonna get, oh, Millie's already into it as well. Just step back into the shade of the, oh, that's so pretty. I love that. Now, I think I'm gonna have to get in here and make it a little bit looser. There we go. That way, when the wind blows, it hopefully won't catch as much of the water. Millie, are you just playing? Oh, she's drinking. She's like, oh, that's some flavor. Yeah. She's just playing in the water, you guys. We're gonna have to get her a little pool of her own that's a little less fish water. Yeah, that's good stuff, huh? Oh, jeez. But, yeah, you can see how it moves when the wind catches it. And it's a little gusty today. It's not the windiest it's ever been. Ooh, check out that soldier fly. At least I think that's a soldier fly. It might not be. I don't know what that is. It's like a blue wasp. Cool, though. It's very cool. What? I lost it. Oh. I really lose my place pretty frequently when I'm zoomed in. But, yeah, let me step back out of the sun. Millie's got the right idea. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oh, he's a hot dog. But I'm glad to have the water aerating again. I'm glad to have that just pumping along as it do. And now I actually have the other bell head somewhere. There it is. Now I'm gonna go see if I can't attach this to my other fountain over here. Just gonna have a stroll through the garden with y'all. Ooh, the Job's Tears. Looks like we've got a couple more ripe ones. Oh, Millie, what you doing? She loves chasing those June bugs. Speaking of which, they just doing their thing. Such a pretty color of green too, though. Okay, so much dog poop in this yard. So yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't know if this will fit. Let's see, I'm gonna pause it and then, nah, they're not compatible. That's okay though. I'm gonna take this little miscreant back inside after we check on the fountain one more time. Just that one rain that we had though, y'all can see how much green is cropping up in our otherwise drought-stricken yard. Yeah, that's gonna be just perfect. So we're packaging up orders and shipping. And Izzy, that's our employee. Say hey, Izzy. Hey, Izzy. Hey, Randy. Do you want to hold up the big box of subs we just shipped? We did a bunch this week. Thank you, guys. That's a big box. So just keep on keeping on. So we just finished up with Izzy. Went home and we're gonna do the last couple of things, and I'm having breakfast, which is ham and I'm gonna flip this around for you. So let's see what's in here. It's a carb balanced tortilla. We got a little bit of mayo, one of these marbled cheese wraps, 6 slices of Black Forest ham, some arugula or spring mix or whatever, and a pickle. Where's your Millie?
Sure, Melly.
Okay, so it is much later in the day, and you may be able to see here, I am out in my strawberry bed, and there is this lesion, this tear in my soaker hose. So I need to do a repair on this, and I'm going to come past to where I know it's nice, and we're going to snip through both layers of that, just like so. And then we're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to undo this, like, this part. What would that be called? All y'all people who know things about stuff, let me know down in the comments. Because I keep thinking coupling, but like, I don't know if that's correct. It's a little holdy-on-y piece. Oops, throw my screwdriver. Pick that up before the puppy gets it. Hey puppy, what you doing? Meh. Well, she walked off. Okay, so we are going to take that. And let's see if I can't... Man, that is really kind of clipped on there. I wonder if that's done with heat or what. And it really feels like something. So I'm actually going to cut up this fabric just to see. I haven't dissected one of these in a couple of years. So yeah, you can see it's got this bit that goes on the inside there, and then this fabric that goes out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip off this fabric. I wonder, nope, that doesn't really come off. Okay. So it looks like I can kind of lift that, but it's really on there. Okay, let me mess about with this for a minute. Okay, so after some messing about with it, this was just kind of like heat crimped on there, so I was actually able to loosen it just by kind of fiddling with it, and now there we can pull that out. And so now I'm going to take this section, and I want to not tear this back, but just fold it back a little bit. Slide it back. There we go. Now I don't have any tweezers. That would have been a good thing to have brought out here with me. So I'm just going to fold it up like that. And then get that on there. And then let that open up. And then let's get that lined up. Again, opening. Come on now. Now I can thread that on there and just kind of slide everything up. And this way, I don't have to, and you can buy, I think, just the connectors for like flat soaker hoses, I think would be the term to search. So I always save whenever I've got a couple that like the hose deteriorates. These ends are still good, typically. And so I'm just going to try to wiggle it on up. There we go. And now you can see there's like a little notch that'll sit right in there. You see, you get that notch settled on there, and then we're going to flip it over to the other side where there's a notch on the other side. And that gives you a nice point of stabilization so that this can still turn. And then I'm going to take our screws and we're just going to screw this back together. Yeah, this is like a $15 or $16 soaker hose. And I don't know if having it pinched in here or we have a lot of mice just chewing on everything, it seems like. So I don't know if maybe mice were chewing at it to get to the water inside. I do not know. But what I do know is I'm really glad that I wasn't afraid to kind of crack it open and see if I couldn't do something myself before, you know, I didn't want to just toss it out. Okay. I feel like I could get that a little tighter. There we go. But I want to be careful because I don't want to do it so tight that I strip out the screw or that I crack the casing. So that should be good to go now. And I'll be careful to keep it just like that, and that way I can still, I mostly just have this bed like this to keep my chickens out, like, and then this is on here as a shade cloth. Because you can see my strawberries were a little sun bleached. This 104-degree heat, you guys, has not been kind. And the only thing keeping everything doing well has been irrigating it. So I'm going to pick up my trash and my tools. And let's go take a look at, first off, where's my Millie at? Millie! Look at you being such a, you eating dirt? Oh, Lord. I love you. Yeah, that's some good dirt, huh? Oh, my beans, my poor beans. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys back here, these Jerusalem artichokes here. There is a chicken coop behind there, but you can see these Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes are just growing and growing. They haven't set flowers yet, except for the two on the ends, which I think might have just been black oil sunflower seeds that the chickens kicked out. No, we don't have the memorial in yet, but that's where we planted Sam. My sweet boy. But okay, so yeah, you can see they're spilling out. I mean, this is going to be glorious whenever it starts to set flower, and I cannot wait to harvest it. So yeah, I've zoomed out a bit here. But yeah, so these are like tall, like 8 feet tall, 8 or 9. So there's that's been irrigated, and then over here where we have not had a soaker hose is doing kind of sad, unfortunately. But I can tie on some more soaker hose. Either, like, look at how good these Comfrena are doing. And y'all, I have to show you, the wild birds completely killed that fountain. They plucked all of the moss off of it. But yeah, I've got the soaker hose ends back here, so I can splice on another bit and run it all through here. Or, hey Millie, or I can come through here and there is a soaker hose ending right about in here in this stand of bee balm, and I could just run it down this way. So I could do it either way. I may actually do it that way with it attached over by the bee balm. That way I can take this one and bend it and then train it down the center here where Millie is helping me cultivate. So much for no dig. And send a soaker hose down that center line so I could plant there, which would be really cool. Because my goals for this bed over here are to keep the flower planting along the peripheral and then do down the center squash or watermelons or just something sprawling. And then I'm just gonna put some, when they were changing out the gas lines in the street, they bashed up the concrete of the sidewalk, and they were like, yeah, you can keep some of that. So I've got a stack over yonder of smashed up concrete that I'm going to be using for stepping stones. just doop, 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 through there, which I think will be nice. Another project I'd really like to do is to carve out the topsoil here and use it to build up either our raised beds or what have you, but get it back down to the gravel that is our entire yard. And put in little, I was thinking if we could find salvaged granite or marble countertops and just use those, and then fill it in with like that mason sand, and just basically like do it like flagstone but with salvaged and free materials. That might look really cool. But that way we could finally sit here, because if we sit here after it's rained, the chairs just sink right in. It drives me crazy. Like, because like you're like, woo, and lean back, and it's like, oh no. So I'd like for that to not happen. I think it will help with just not having to mow in this area, moving all the tables and chairs and stuff. I always feel for the gentleman who takes care of the mowing for us, because he does it for like a crazy reasonable rate. He does such a good job. And so I want to make his life a little easier if I can. Yeah, look at these fish. I see you. We got those fish the summer that Maddie and Abby and Olivia, those are my 3 nieces, that summer that they all came to visit. We had a full and happy home for a little while there. It was nice. But I think we'd gotten like 5 or 8 goldfish, and only 3 remain. So they're getting big though. I'm really glad we got that fountain swapped out, and it's working again. And I love that bell shape. Oh, makes me so happy. Okay, what were we doing? I don't know. Look at those pretty clouds though, you guys. This is just what I do when I come out with Millie in the backyard. That dang old ladder, I gotta put that away. I gotta fix up, tidy that up a little bit. Gotta get these beds planted. I'm gonna be doing basically a repeat of our spring garden, but this fall. Because I figure everything will either get frozen out, in which case at least I was using up old seed anyways, or we'll have another one of those, you know, summer that lasts into Thanksgiving, and I'll be able to be cultivating all of this. Oh hey hummingbird. Well, I am standing right next to your feeder, and it is dinner time. I'll go stand over here and just spy on you. How about that? Okay, I'm over here now. Time to spy. Do you see her? Look at that burp. No, that's a hem. I see you, boy. Look at those juicy ass grapes in the background. They're finally ripe. I'm still leaving them out for the birds, though. Because they're ripe, but they're chock full of seeds. Yeah. And so I figure I can go to the store and buy grapes, but the wildlife can't. And this 100-degree heat and no rain has got to be hitting them. No, that is a female. Unless they changed out while I was looking at something else. This is amazing. I feel so blessed to get to see this and to get to share it with y'all. She must have been so hungry. She's probably got babies. You go feed your babies, Mama. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna try to zoom in. Oh, and there's Millie. Millie, I'm right here, baby. What you doing? What you doing, girl? Who's that pretty dog? Who's that pretty dog with dirt in her mouth? Huh? Is that you? It is. I love you, baby. Yeah. Oh, what a good girl. So this is how I chill out in my mosquito net hammock. And I wanted to share the view with you guys. So I can look at the clouds, I can look at my Millie dog, enjoy the garden. I can spy on the cardinals. Sorry, the hammock's rocking, so. Woof, that's making me seasick. So my snack while hanging in the hammy is peanut butter filled dark chocolate, the Lily's brand. It's just stevia sweetened. It's pretty good stuff. And then a LaCroix that tastes like somebody walked by while eating an orange. Let's get that. Oh yeah. Cheers everybody. Clink. Those do not taste as good as I want them to. But it's fizzy, so I love it. Oh God, what's Millie getting into? Millie, what are you doing? Nothing, she's just sitting there. Okay, Millie, what you got? What you doing, Millie? Ooh, you wanna come hang in the hammy? Oh yeah, she wants to hang in the hammy. Okay, so I turned the hose back on after getting this hooked up. And it is going pretty nice. It's still a little leakier here up top than what I would like. Like that seems a bit, I don't know, loose, leaky, but I don't know. In any rate, I'm gonna scooch that in back into where it's watering the bed and, whoop, watch your head, Millie. What you doing, dog? What you doing, little girl? Watch your noggin. Oof, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I've redone again, and I think that's a reasonable drip. So I ended up taking about 8 to 10 inches off, but I've got a good soak going along through, and I'll leave this going for about 20 to 30 minutes and gives the whole bed a nice soak. Okay, you guys, check this shit out. So I'm coming through here. She is out. So I'm just over here by Sam's grave, and I'm being visited by this beautiful yellow swallowtail butterfly. Just going around saying hey to everybody. So we're gonna be putting in Sam's memorial kind of over there, right over my shoulder. So that'll be good. So that's what we've been up to this week. It's been crazy busy, you guys. Like just trying to keep up with inventory production and running the business and messing about with gardens. It's just, we always keep our plate pretty busy. Y'all know that about us, but it just feels it's been exceptionally heavy. The workload has been, so it's nice to come out and enjoy a little bit of time with Millie and Z and the hammock in the shade. And I I want to thank all of our channel members whose names should be up on the screen over here. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. I'm going to drop this bone right here. Ooh. She's like chewing on a stick. She doesn't even care. Okay. Ah, there's a tree in my mouth. Okay. Whoop. Sitting in the hammock. I didn't die. That's phenomenal. The dogs are fighting though. Z is such a good big brother. I see you, Z. Who's my good man? Alrighty, guys. Thank you again to our channel members. If you guys want to join and help support the channel, that's awesome. If not, that's awesome too. Just thank you for being here and for watching. Now we'll see you all next time. So until then, whew, keep on keeping on. Mwah. Bye. Ooh. Okay, bye for real now, you guys. Oh, that's a rollover. Oh, that's a rollover. Don't bite my hand. Don't bite my hand, little miscreant. Here's your stick. Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom, nom. Look at her going. Yeah, is that good? Oh, she got little sharp little claws. Oh, let's see. Whoa, not coffee.